Let's get started with the Singer 44S heavy-duty sewing machine set up, and let's get ready to start sewing. The first step is to wind the bobbin. To do that, first load the thread spool onto the thread pin and secure it in place with the spool cap. Now we're going to guide the thread through the first two thread points. They're marked number 1 and number 2. Next, guide the thread through the bobbin tension post. The guide for it shows that you bring it past like this, then loop it around. Next, make sure to bring the thread from the middle of the bobbin up through this hole here, and then hold on to the thread. Push the bobbin down all the way onto the post here, and then click it to the right, locking it into place. Now, while holding the thread up and out, use the foot pedal to start winding the bobbin. Once it's wound enough to secure the thread in place, clip the thread as close to the bobbin as you can on the top. Continue threading the bobbin, then click it back over to the left and remove it and cut the thread. Now let's thread the machine. First, make sure the presser foot is up and raised, and use the hand crank on the side to raise the needle all the way up to the topmost position so that this metal hook is visible. Start with number 1 and 2 as before, but now we're going to skip this bobbin post and go straight forward to number 3 here. Keep the thread to the right and go down into this groove, then back up, still keeping the thread to the right. Still keep the thread to the right and come up and over this metal hook here. Now bring the thread back through that same groove, but to the left. There are 2 more threading points here. This larger metal one, bring this through to the right, then this one right above the needle. Now you can use the automatic needle threader by bringing it down, wrapping the thread around this little metal guide here, then pushing it forward. Bring the thread up and press it right against the needle, then let go of the needle threader. This will loop the thread through the needle, and then you can use your finger to pull it all the way through the back. Now let's load the bobbin. Remove the bobbin cover and then hold the bobbin so that it's turning counterclockwise and the thread's coming out the bottom. Drop it in, and while keeping your finger on the bobbin to hold it in place, guide the thread under this metal groove that's right in the center front. Then bring the thread all the way around the back to the back center. Now replace the cover. With your left hand, hold the top thread up and out to the left, and then with your right hand, turn the crank 1 full turn towards you to lower the needle and then raise it all the way back up. Keep pulling that top thread as you do this, and you'll bring the bobbin thread up with it. This side cutter is very handy because, as you'll see, as I cut the excess thread with it, it leaves exactly how much extra thread I need and I should have when I start sewing. This machine has the tension dial on top here. It should be right in the middle here where this black line is. Then the next dial is your needle position. This should be in the center position for normal sewing. If you're going to use a zipper foot, you'll want to adjust the needle position to the right or to the left. The last dial is for the width of a zigzag stitch. For normal stitching, keep this dial at 0. To change out the presser feet, just push this metal tab on the back and it'll release the foot. To put a new foot on, line up this bar with this groove and then just drop down the foot. It'll click into place. And now you're ready to start sewing. Please like and follow for more sewing tutorials.